This is terribly exciting. Are we live? Are we live?
We're live.
You are live.
Welcome to Happy Hour. Welcome to Zoom Happy Hour. I'm Steak. There's Sandy.
Sandy, never disappoint.
Ben Aruski. There's special guest John Kincaid. Nice enough to join us from Sandy Springs. Sean Nerney, no doubt, dreaming about his weekend. And a 3-day weekend, Nerney, coming up, right?
Yeah, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Not really doing a whole lot this weekend. Next month, I'm taking my beach trip, but an extra day to sleep in is always nice.
Good for you.
Very true. I don't think we've had a day off for 3 months since Corona. The only radio show in the city that's been in studio virtually. I think Kincaid maybe also.
Yes.
The only
we never missed.
Yeah, but I'm talking about being in studio. Like
we've been in studio. We were in studio every show.
Yep. So we're lucky. Everyone's like, why the hell are you in studio? And nobody was we have these big studios and we cleared out our offices and we separated our shows. And so while everybody else was doing the Zoom deal at home, I think we all were grateful we got to come into work every day, right? Keep a routine.
Absolutely. I was so glad to come in. And that meant getting up at 4. I was really scared. I was thinking about that today in the beginning. I was really scared. Were you guys?
The unknown. No deadline, no end sight, no light at the end of the tunnel, no sign that we would get it back to any normalcy. So I would agree with that.
Yeah.
For sure. And now I think we're kind of there's sports coming in some capacity, right?
I'm going to go with yes.
I, for the first time in a long time, really enjoyed watching NASCAR, and I think I got Sandy a little excited, a little giddy about it. So
I've never heard
it. And for a while, but it just got so monotonous, and some of the tracks were so long and boring, I just can't take it. But Darlington with 300 miles, whatever it was awesome.
So we got a bunch of topics that we have to go through, of course, of the evening. Finneran definitely stealing the show with that backdrop.
I'll say that looks good, Brian.
Thank you.
Is anybody on so we're on YouTube, we're on 680 Fan YouTube channel, and we laid out a bunch of topics, not the least of which is right out of the gate, Falcons off season, which I figure Nerney and Finneran. We got two different sides of the Todd Gurley discussion. We've got Brian Finneran, who is giddy beyond belief, who's decided that we've signed the second coming of Eric Dickerson, and Sean Nerney, like a lot of naysayers, thinking, what exactly are we getting in a 1-year, $5 million most carries in the NFL over the last 5 seasons running back, correct?
That is exactly correct. I just don't know how a 25-year-old machine of a football player all of a sudden is going to be terrible. I don't buy it. I don't get it. And I don't believe it. So I had a knee that was very jacked up my junior year, tore it up my last game my junior year in college, and came back and played my whole senior year with a brace and never had a problem with it ever again. No.
But how do you explain, Nerney? You had the numbers today. I mean, the numbers don't add up in terms of yards per carry, in terms of production, in terms of everybody that's watched him up close lately is like, literally we had 2 guests in a row go like, oh no, damaged goods.
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody wants to point out the high touchdown number, I think 14 through last season, which is great. But, you know, when you look at the yards per carry, typically you want your running back to be getting 4 yards a carry. He only hit 4 yards a carry 4 times in all the games he played last year. That's 25% of the games. And it's not like he was injured. If he was injured, he wouldn't be on the field.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you have guys that literally watched every practice.
What is that?
If we're going to talk sports, I'm totally logging off.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean, this is like, where's everybody's cocktails? There we go, Brian. Let's raise a toast. Happy hour. There we go. Cheers. Nice Corona. Thanks, Corona.
Yeah, you got the Corona. Good job.
Everybody got a lime in it?
Oh, yeah, I put a lime in it. It's always more refreshing with a lime.
Special guest appearance.
Hello, everybody.
Who's that? Kimberly?
It better be. It better be.
just got a shower.
I can't
No
see
Zoom
you.
makeup.
Can't see you.
Oh, nice.
Can you sit down so we can see you?
I don't want them to see me.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking
all we're
about.
seeing is legs.
Legs for days. How are you guys?
We're
Hi,
good.
Kimberly.
Okay.
Hi, Kimberly.
Hi. Okay.
Look at that.
Out of the house.
Nerns, there's one thing that comes to your point about Todd Gurley.
Right.
The Falcons and Miami. There were 31 other teams that would have had an opportunity to go get him, and the Falcons and Miami were reportedly the two that made off. That's strange to me. If he still has a lot in the tank, that's strange to me that only two teams would be knocking at his door.
And it's a prove-it deal. I mean, a 1 year, $5 million deal. That's why I'm not up in arms about it, because, you know, it's not that much money. But at the end of the day, you know, if you can get mediocre production, he's worth the $5 million.
Listen, he was on the market for not a very long time anyway, right? So
It was like a day, like 24 hours.
if it walks like a duck and it limps like a duck and it stumbles around like a duck, then it's a duck. And I don't know what we're getting in Todd Gurley's point, but over under on Todd Gurley, 900 yards. You going over or under?
Under.
Nerney?
Dirk Cutter's the offensive coordinator. Under.
Sandra?
I want Brian to answer first.
He's on mute now.
I had to mute because one of my kids decided to take a piss with the bathroom door open. It's ridiculous. I was like, dude, what are we doing? All
Come
right.
on, Keenan.
It's coming. I'm gonna
I knew the answer.
I'm taking the over because the offensive line will be much better. We'll be able to work together and make it happen. And it's just I just can't believe for 1 second that a 25-year-old 6'2", 220-pound running back is going to all of a sudden disappear. It's not happening.
All right, talk about the other offseason moves. Grade the other Falcons offseason.
AJ Terrell, okay.
First round. Yep.
Round pick. He's got his hands full. And you said it today, Sticky. How the heck does a guy come in as a rookie and be a stalwart? You know, one of the guys on the island covering guys. I think they protect him with the cover 3 zone they play. And the only hope they have is that Dante Fowler and everybody else they got up there is a good football player. That's all I can imagine.
And that.
Hey, I got a question on the YouTube channel. How do you see the people that are commenting?
I just opened it straight from my phone, and I can see the questions now.
See 52.
Want me to read a couple of them?
Yes.
Here's a good one about the show. Hey, this is from Drew Besson. Can I ask, where did the journalist thing start?
Journalist. Good question. Do you guys know?
I do.
I do not.
What do you know from? You sure you know, Kincaid? Probably.
Yes. That
What?
comes from Bo, AJ, and Steak
Yes.
on the
AJ.
original 790 The Zone.
So when I first started working here, no, it's 680 The Fan.
That is correct. That is correct.
I started working with a guy named AJ Cannon and Bo Bach, and AJ, extremely funny dude. And somebody was like, guys, you got to get it together. You guys are supposed to be journalists. And AJ literally was like, journalist? Like, what? That's not what I'm here for. And
That's so funny.
He's like, journalist. And we started doing it ever since then, which
We definitely did it on our show on 790 with Nick,
AJ
Chris, Steak.
Cannon. He's the originator,
Okay.
Cannon. So Kincaid is right about that. So
Our next question is, where is Mel? Which I think that's reasonable. Where is Mel?
So if he were willing to,
He'd be so fun.
we'd put him in on Zoom. By the way, we can take some listeners and have them pop up on Zoom if they want, potentially.
I don't know how to do that.
You're
gonna have to send him the link, right?
Send the link. Brandon Joseph could do that, depending on if we decide.
My identical twin, Brad Finneran, has a link. He's going to join us in a little bit.
Oh, good.
People
are gonna freak out. That's a great idea.
Dude, he needs to wear the same outfit that Brian Finneran's wearing. By the
Oh,
way,
that's so awesome.
this is 680 The Fan YouTube channel. I got to get on Twitter and push that.
Hey, I
up.
have a question. What's for supper tonight? What is everyone eating tonight?
We ate already.
What did you have?
That's early.
Chicken and peppers.
Ooh,
Chicken and peppers.
yummy.
Chicken and peppers.
Mrs. Kincaid made it with spicy those Indian peanuts,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
which was really good. So it was delicious.
Sounds like a rough night.
We're trying to fight the COVID-19 that we've put
Indian
on.
peanuts.
Spicy peanuts.
So we are, I have a dinner engagement at someone's home up the road at 7:15. So
Wow.
This doesn't sound like our problem.
no,
no, but I asked, what are you doing for supper? Brian, what are you eating? I know Erin left your kitchen full. She is the best wife.
She's the best in the world.
Do it again. Do it again. That didn't sound really
She
sincere.
is the best in the world.
not sound convincing.
So,
Thank you.
we had last night we did leftovers. We had so much from her cooking over the weekend.
Right.
Tonight I was coming home from a golfing event, and I picked up Chick-fil-A for the fam. So
That's funny. Last night, my wife, we had about 6 kids with us. And it was like, what are we going to do? And the next thing you know, I see 3 bags of Chick-fil-A. It's like, that's what we're going to do. We're going to feed these kids affordable.
Sean Nerney, what up?
We're having spaghetti with meat sauce.
Oh,
There's
nice.
Colin. Spaghetti and meat sauce, delish. Did you make?
Yeah. I'm not making. No, Taryn, the wife's making it tonight.
Nice.
Switch off. She usually does handles the pasta cooking.
All right. You got to make sure it's al dente, right?
so
Yeah, Sean. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think the
al dente,
ragu
love it.
now is authentic.
Steak, did I miss this morning when I caught the last 10 minutes of your show today, and you brought up the Bellagio nighttime buffet, which is just unbelievable. I've been told it looks like they're gone. Buffets are going to be gone for at least like a year.
They should be on. They just have somebody serve it to them. Ask what you want, give them what they want with the gloves and.
Is that what you're saying, Kincaid? On, meaning they'll be able to
Like
give
gone that
Gone with a G.
we're supposed to go in July, and reportedly that's one thing that will not be open on property if we do make the trip. Is the buffets will be closed.
Why did I bring that up, Sandra? Are we talking about most of the saddest thing?
Yeah, because I remember we were talking about Whole Foods. Like you go in and they just are because the Braves are like, wait a minute, we got to start checking the boxes here, lighten up a little. Where's our buffet? They can't, all that stuff. So
No, but we're ending the show with the saddest things that we've heard. Or no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. We transitioned to the Whole Foods buffet, and then you said the most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
Yes,
Because the guilt you feel walking out of the Bellagio buffet is guilt.
Yeah.
Except Nerney. Nerney would smile.
We were talking about national treasures. Somebody said,
Okay.
Yeah, the most beautiful thing. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we got a bunch of folks. If you want to check us out, how's the battery going to enforce social distancing? Is what John wants to know. Chad is in Hawaii. He says probably
Hi, Chad.
pokey for lunch. Pokey for lunch. And we're growing our audience here on our YouTube channel. So this is 680 Fan YouTube channel. We're going to do a bunch of these, all the shows in all different ways. Checking us out. We got a bunch of topics tonight, which we'll review over the next 40 minutes or so. And Mr. Kincaid is checking us out. And at some point, Finner is not going to do it yet. He's going to take us through that backdrop behind him.
I will. And I also have, my kids just found a video. I told them to go find my last game against Green Bay, but I can't find it right now. So they're going to have playing on a loop in the background. But
That's a great idea.
I do have.
That was a happy night.
Yeah, it was awesome. Anyway, I have a video of one of my finds I got in the NFL. What was the safety? Wilson, number 24 for the Arizona Cardinals. Adrian Wilson. Is that right?
Is that the one you cheap shotted?
Well, no.
Big,
I cheap
right?
shotted, John Lynch.
Okay. John Lynch.
I broke his coccyx.
Yes. Watch your language.
True story. Coccyx.
It was Adrian Wilson.
Adrian Wilson. Thank you, BJ.
Yo, Adrian.
So, I have the video of it. I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. We get some more people online here.
You have the video of that?
So the NFL, when you get fined, they zoom in on you, and they have a tight angle and a wide angle, and they send both cuts to you about why you got fined, what happened, and what and how much you got fined. And this is one of the fines I got back because it was such a joke. Because Adrian Wilson took a dive worse than Brett Favre did when Michael Strahan tried to sack him for his 21st sacks. It was unbelievable. You can see me yell at him. And some
What was the price tag you avoided?
$4,500.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't cheap.
Mm-mm.
That wasn't cheap.
So when you get to a point, you guys let me know when you want to see it. I got it on a loop behind me.
No doubt.
Do you play that in the bedroom at night with you and Aaron?
No, I just play all my touchdown catches on a loop in that night.
There is a cox system. There is a cox system.
Finneran in the house.
Where's Brad?
I see his head.
That's his mug shot.
Take your mute off, Bradley.
He needs to start talking so we can see him.
Hey, what's happening?
Put on the video.
Put on the
Brad.
On
video.
the video, you little bee.
Don't be like that.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
He's live from lockdown in
weird.
California.
People are gonna blow their mind that you guys look so much alike.
Grizzly Adams.
There he is. Grizzly Adams is right.
Hey, Brad Finneran, what part of California? And tell people the difference, because Atlanta's like a huge fraternity party. Everybody's out. And like you're like in the sick dorm back at summer camp. Tell me what's going on.
No, we're still in lockdown, but things are opening up more and more. Starting actually end of last week. So we've been at the beach the last couple of weeks. Governor yelled at me and my wife and my kids for going down there, but it opened up. That was before it opened up, and now it's all open. So we're 25 minutes from the beach, and just in Mission Viejo area, California, SoCal, West Side.
West Side?
So no restaurants or anything open yet, right?
Just for takeout, and just for takeout.
Why don't you visit Brian anymore now that he doesn't play in the NFL?
That's a good
We're
question.
planning a trip now.
Your parents used to come all the time, and then it was like, well, he used to be our favorite kid, and they left the NFL, and now he's just one of the other three, right? One of the other
Right. Yeah.
What happened?
It's a sad story. I know. We're gonna get out there. The kids are dying to get out there. So especially to see Brody and everybody else. So we got another reason to get out there now.
Brian.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. The only way that we start growing numbers is if we get Brody on camera. I mean, that is.
Brody will be here shortly.
I'm just gonna tell you this. Sandra can attest, and Sandra doesn't even like children. Correct, Sandra?
That's correct.
That is not true. It's so dumb to say.
She's Cruella.
Not good.
Time and a place. There's a time and a place.
So Brody,
Not your place.
Friday,
Never at my place.
Exactly.
Brian's grandson. We just need a quick glimpse. Might be the funniest looking, cutest kid I've ever seen. I mean, that kid is.
He should be in commercials. Brad, wait till you see
He
him.
should have an Instagram. I told Brian he needs an Instagram or like a YouTube channel.
It's so true.
Crazy.
Brad was out, and Brad, you saw him, right? When he was like,
Yeah. I saw him in when was I out there? January? Yeah,
Oh,
mid-January.
That's right.
yeah.
A couple of questions, Sandy.
Yes.
How's your family? Cannon Allsbrook's asking you. How's your family?
Thank you. I am going to use this time because you said bring a prop. So these are my parents. How about today? They've been married for 62 years.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
May 21st. So there's my sweet mom and dad. And God bless them is all I have to say. Thank you. We are about July 1. I'm trying to get them finally back in their house.
Wow.
So it will be likely around 604 days. So
right,
thank you
what's
everybody for asking. That's very
What's the key to being married for 62 years? What is
I thought they should have got divorced after about an hour and a half. So I don't know. It's hard. I mean, around the Costanzas, not kidding. Like they don't, it's a tough listen.
like the Boca Vista? Is there anything better than when Jerry would visit Florida?
Oh my God. And the air conditioner. The thermostat.
Yes, and I do it now. Do you guys tell your parents? I'm like, I am dying. I am dying.
Oh my God. the scenes at the Boca Vista.
Oh,
Oh God, they're the best.
Dude.
do you think that Elaine and Jerry ended up together if the show were to go on?
Yes.
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 They got old.
Yes.
They got tired of dating and they just decided, like, you know what? This is just easier. They're all about
Yes.
the easier way out.
It's so true.
Jenny Buckley says somebody needs to bring Brian another beer, asking if Brody is walking.
Yeah, where's
and,
Brody?
Come
Colin brought me a beer, and Brody's walking, and I'll have him down here shortly.
Good.
All right, so
This is
we're on
a
our
question.
YouTube channel.
Somebody said, "What's the beef with the morning show and the afternoon show? What's the beef?"
Oh, just years of hostility. You know, just we slept with the same women. We slept with the same women over the years, and
True.
And it's me. They all slept with me. Super controversial.
it was.
I'm the dividing line.
They wanted Sandra.
HR.
Listen, nothing compares to Steak and Kincaid over the years, and
Oh my gosh.
right.
I've
Right.
still got the AJC article that Rodney the Hoe wrote about that when Steak Shapiro calls Kincaid a racist over the NHL All-Star game. That was one of my that's a career highlight. I mean, that was a career highlight. It was awesome.
What people need to understand is it's all a big soap opera, and hopefully we're old enough in the business to know that you know, if you take this stuff seriously, you know what's serious is Corona. You know what's not serious is on-air feuds. Those are,
And there's never an innocent on-air feud. It's always two-way.
You ready?
It's
for the
always
buffet?
two-way.
all right, here we go. Here we go.
Oh
From
my
his
gosh.
mouth. Oh my God.
Look at that kid. You got to talk, Brian, so you're the front and center.
Hi,
Uh,
Brody.
Oh my God,
Huh?
Gosh, she's so cute.
dude, that kid, superstar. By the way, Finn, he's
What?
got to. The front row has got to utilize him some way. That's the
That is inappropriate, Steak.
no,
Inappropriate.
Hi, Brody.
See yourself right there?
The look on his face is priceless.
dude. That
Oh my
kid,
gosh.
he looks
What
like
are we
Troy
doing?
Pa-
Oh,
he
he's
looks
trying
like
to
Troy Polamalu a little bit.
If he spits it up, I
Jeez.
swear to God, I'm gonna be so excited. If he
When's the
vomits,
first haircut?
You
When is
know
the
what?
first
But
haircut?
it's so funny because you see this area back here. He had a full-on rat tail going, and they braided it. And Gaga, who is my wife Erin, decided it needed to come off, so she literally cut the kid's back of his hair, and he looked like he grew up like 2 months old. So
That's a good Gaga.
yeah,
That's a good Gaga.
but I don't think you can do anything right now. What are you gonna do with that?
He's adorable.
he's precious.
Let
Leave
it
it
go.
alone.
Oh my God. That's
Baby
adorable too,
Sophie's here.
Steak.
High five?
Baby Sophie's adorable. Take it off mute, Steak.
Look at mommy.
There you go. Steak was on mute. There you go.
He wants
It's
to see Brody. That's why she wants to see Brody.
Get that beer bottle away from
What? Oh,
Brody's
I'm sorry. I
mouth.
didn't know that was happening.
Look at that kid.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Is he the cutest kid ever? Look at that kid.
Dude, he's got a face for television already.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh.
Brad ditched out. He realized he's the homeliest person on the feed right now.
Dude,
No, the daughter and wife didn't want to be on camera, so they wanted to see Brody.
Oh, you should flaunt those kids. They're a beautiful family, brother.
Oh,
Oh
Brad.
my gosh.
Come on, man.
has anybody seen a cuter kid than that kid? I'm not.
Oh, he's so adorable.
Dude, that kid,
He loves ice. Like we have these little ice cubes. Cullen's gonna get a couple ice cubes right now. I'll show you how he eats them. I've literally chewed up ice and spit it in his mouth like a bird.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not good, but I like it. And he loves drinking out of glasses and water. His favorite food is salmon and turkey, I think.
wow.
Salmon, really?
Bananas.
So when Tony Gonzalez comes over,
Hey,
he's going to
banana.
need to bring 2 fillets.
Huh.
Look at that.
There's the ice. He loves ice.
Wow.
You got a
Tony
million-
Gonzalez is never going to live down that the salmon story
Never.
at Thanksgiving ever.
Never.
That was the worst. That was the worst etiquette ever.
Ever.
Coming to someone's house and saying, "Cook me my dinner."
Right.
I mean,
Brad,
come
were you
on.
there then?
No, I was not.
That would have been even better.
Brad would have thrown down. He would have said, "No, my wife's not cooking it."
I got to tell you, I think you have to cook it, right? You can't be an asshole.
No.
Oh, John, your wife, Chris, she would have totally said, "How would you like that?"
Sandra, she's Jamaican. She
That-
would have
what does
told
that
him where
mean?
to. She would have told him where to stick his salmon.
That's not true. First of all, if Tony Gonzalez walks in my house, I'm going to be like, What?
Yeah,
Can
she would have cooked anything he wanted. Believe me. Believe me.
Tony.
You have no choice. You have to cook it.
I agree, Steak.
Those
You
of
got to
you
do
know-
and Aaron is such a great cook. He probably
Those,
knew.
yeah, those of you who don't know the story, let's tell the story real quick.
Yeah, tell it.
Tony Gonzalez is coming to Brian's house. You tell her. Why am I
Yeah,
telling
who else is there, Brian?
No, nobody. It was just us. It was just during the football season. Everybody has their family wherever they're at, and Tony and October are in town, and they have nowhere to go. And I was like, I grew up with Tony, by the way. We both grew up in Orange County. We played against Tony. Brad and I did our freshman year in high school against Huntington Beach High School, and we whooped their ass. But he was a machine. It took like 8 of us. To cover him.
Right.
But he was their only player. So we beat him, but he was a man-child. He looked the same as a freshman or sophomore in high school as he did as a senior in college. He was a monster. So
what was his hoop game like? Inside, outside, everything?
he had like a good little mid-range game and post-up game, but he wasn't a good shooter outside, I don't think.
Do you
Right,
know
like Barkley.
Do you know his claim to fame in college of what that team did, the Cal team?
I mean, they made it deep. They make it to the Final Four.
They beat Krzyzewski and Duke. I think they might have beat Bobby Hurd.
Sweet. Made it Elite Eight.
Yeah,
Sweet 16.
You remember it was Jason Kidd and Tony Gonzalez and who was their coach at the time? The Cal.
No idea. No idea.
BJ can look it up. So Cal beats Duke and
Matt Edgar, look that up.
Print it out and send it to me tomorrow.
ridiculous.
All right. So Tony, good friend, known him for a long time, just kind of knew him. Brad and I and Tony were all on the same Orange County All-Star team. We played in the thing. We went to Tijuana, for God's sakes, together, right, Brad?
Oh no.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah.
Not the donkey show.
Our senior
Not
year.
to the donkey
Jeez,
show.
easy.
The
Kincaid,
the
easy.
donkey show. Saw that. Disturbing. And then stayed in touch kind of off and on, played him a few times. And then he's my teammate, both of them OC. So I invited him over for Thanksgiving his first year here in Atlanta. And he shows up and he's super healthy. He doesn't eat a lot of bad food. And I guess he doesn't eat turkey for whatever reason. And he comes into the house with literally like a wrapped up salmon fillet and asks my wife if she'll cook it for him on Thanksgiving. And I was like kind of in the background going, he's effing joking, right? This is not even close to real. Aaron took it, got a new pan out of the drawer or cupboard and put it on the oven, on the stove top, and cooked it up for him because that's what she does. She's a machine.
That's funny.
It was
Sean, I have a question.
Yes.
Sean Nerney.
What's that?
What are the basic different? Because y'all don't know, Sean is really who makes it happen in our show. He has to. He every sound you hear, he's phenomenal. What is the basic difference, if you could dummy it down, between our show and then Nick and Chris's show? Like, what happens during that turnover? What is the mood? All of it.
Well, I don't know if the mood is different. I would say the biggest difference from my standpoint, there are times, I'll say it like this. From my standpoint, I have more times during the night and noon show to get away, like not to be graphic, but if I need to use the restroom, I can't get away during the 6 to 9 show. It is a constant commercial breaks. We've got traffic. We've got business updates. We've got live reads that we have to do. It's a constant, steady thing. Like I have to be on my game for 3 straight hours.
So we're working harder than them. Like we are nonstop, like a segment after segment after. Yeah, I get.
So
I
much
think
better than they are.
I think so too.
So much better than they are. And then with Nick and Chris, it's more. It's less production value from my standpoint as far as the commercials go. And then you account for the interviews that we have. That's when I can kind of get away for a couple minutes.
It's 2 interviews, and then that's 2 hours.
I was going to let you say that. I knew it was coming.
Well, it's also 2 different styles. Like Cellini is unbelievably structured, and I'm unbelievably not at times, although Matt Edgar has helped me be. So you deal with 2 completely different formats.
Yeah.
One of them's not really looking to play a lot of sound. The other guy's looking to play a lot. And then Domino's got a ton of sound. And then I'm just kind of winging it half the time. You don't know what direction. So it really, a lot of times Your job and Matt Egger's job is one person, not just doing
Right.
one show. So that's
Right. But we do get curveballs though during the 9 to noon show, because every once in a while Domino, and this is the thing, everyone knows he does not look at the show sheet that Nick puts together. He has no idea what's going on from segment to segment. So throughout the segments, he'll start bringing up things that we're about to get to. He'll start blowing teases. So that I have to be ready for.
Right.
I can relate.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, John.
yeah, is Buck Bellew looking at show sheets?
Yes, he's very intently looking at them. Very intently. Very
And
intently.
providing great feedback.
Unbelievable. It's relentless, Steak. He never shuts up about it. I mean, it's relentless.
The best, if you literally could pick your perfect show hour, what would you do? What show hour?
Good question.
I would tell 9 to 12 in a second.
9 to 12 was great. I had it.
9 to 12 I loved. John, what about you?
Sandra, 12 to 3 is
Yeah, that's
spectacular
that's
because
pretty
you can wake up when you want.
Right.
You can get your stuff done in the morning. You can run errands. You can still get to work.
Well, I'll say this, and I'm not sure Buck would agree with you because it really does cut into your golf game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, it
That's a good
absolutely
point.
does.
The only
Like,
time you play golf is in daylight savings time.
Yeah, I mean, but being a city slicker and living here in the city, I don't get
We
to do that.
also
as
have
much.
the Braves afternoon games too. So if he
Yeah,
needs
we
to
get a
golf
lot of
on-
we get a lot of vacation days.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Right.
Like 8 or like
lot of-
usually get like 7 or 8 preemptions.
That you don't have to take as days.
No, exactly.
John, if
And
you
that
have,
policy should never change.
I want you to be the program director, and you 1000% have to change up the shows in terms of time slots. Keep the shows together, but now you got to change. Nobody can remain in their same shot. What do you do?
You
Who's doing
guys,
mornings?
you guys flip with. It's really boring. You guys flip with Matt and Chuck, and we flip with Nick and Chris. I think you guys have that sound of a ensemble, give and take, kick it around show. I think there's much more sports done if you're talking sports content in the 9 to 3
No,
than there is.
don't
yeah.
say it.
No, but there is. You guys
I know.
get into
You're
more.
right.
Guess what?
But we're-
I wish we got into more of it.
We're
I
actually
hear you guys and say, I want to hear it. I want to hear more of some of the stuff you guys kick around.
Yeah.
But I would say that. I think it is the way it works.
I would love to do an afternoon show. I've never done anything but mornings.
Well, I can tell you the Sunday morning thing for 13 years.
That's a lot, John.
14
When are you going to
you're
stop
14.
that? You have to
that's-
stop that. You have to rest.
That's what my wife says. I'd say once all the money is in the bank for college.
But
It'll be
what
done.
if it all ended
not her
tomorrow?
tuition,
Would you
Brian.
say, I wish I would have worked more Sundays? I don't know. I just feel like this.
I get great joy out of it. And,
Okay, well, there you go.
I get great joy out of it.
Right. That's good.
I love you guys. I love seeing you. We'll see you soon, all right?
Bye, John.
Bye. Take care, man.
Thanks for joining, Johnny. All
Thanks,
right, a couple
buddy.
of questions that are bouncing around out there too.
Yes.
I'll do
I
my.
can't see them. So,
Oh, well, you could if you tried, but you're not gonna.
Brian, please don't fight in front of Brad. It's upsetting.
Let's see.
What did you guys bring, by the way? You were supposed to bring
I have
all.
something.
Well, when are we going to do that?
I got a couple
I got
things.
to go.
Yeah,
Uh,
cool.
So
you want me? I can go now if you want.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean, you're
All
up.
right.
What'd you bring?
I got two things. First thing,
My shoes.
no, don't worry about that. I got that's the second thing. Man, don't blow the tease, dude. I got a 1976 World Series ring. My
That's a great
grandfather's
ring.
when he worked for the St. Louis Cardinals. So I got that baby.
Who is it?
It's my grandfather
year.
worked in the front office for the St. Louis
Amazing. Is he
Cardinals,
still
the
around or
Reds,
no?
the Cubs. What's up?
Is he still around?
No. He died 20 plus years
Oh,
ago.
God.
Yeah, but no, he left me his ring. Unfortunately, I was going to try to get it resized, but they told me that he had really small hands. They told me it would ruin it if they tried to resize it, so I didn't. I didn't even
Jake
bother.
Fromm with the small hands. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, he basically he was Jake Fromm. And then I've got the authentic signed 86 Brian Finneran cleats.
That is.
I don't really remember when he gave me these, but I have these and I take them everywhere I go.
It's unbelievable. Just
That is not true.
You're a machine.
Size, but they told me that he had really small hands. They told me it was ruining.
Hey, that's me.
Size, and so I didn't.
who's got
Whose
this?
volume's on with the YouTube? Steak.
Steak, don't jack that shit up.
I'm listening.
You ready?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a couple things. Cullen's gonna help me walk you through a find I had years ago. Okay?
Okay.
Here I am. I'm coming to crack back Adrian Wilson. Boom, hit him. He's more worried about me. I punch him in the chest. He punched me in the chest, and he takes a dive, right?
Back it up and point out where you are.
Here it is. Boom.
Oh, okay.
And he threw himself to the ground.
Oh yeah, he flopped.
Then they threw, here's
my
the
gosh.
best view of it. Like coming from the right side. Pop. Bitch.
Yeah,
Oh.
because it really
Yeah.
wasn't that
Because it
vicious.
was.
Wow.
You were definitely not that strong, so that would he would never get done.
Hey, that's literally like you flipping it like
Oh
just.
my God, Brian.
$4,500, but I talked my way out of it, which was great because I said he flopped.
Yeah.
I said, you think a 220-pound safety is going to throw himself on the ground like that?
He was a big dude.
He was a really good football player too. And then
All
Cullen
right,
said,
keep going with it.
thinking about-
What's
Where's
that?
we're thinking about playing my last game in the background in a minute, but we're running out of time, so I don't think it's going to happen.
All right, I got something to show you.
Now you're
Okay.
doing yes, Iggy. It's almost time.
Speaking of grandfathers, hang on.
You're a grandfather? Congratulations.
Wow, this is breaking news. Congratulations.
I thought you were gonna bust out the hit on Lynch there for a minute.
I don't
but-
have him. I
Oh,
can't find
jeez.
that one.
I did too,
Alright.
Brad. That's what I thought he was talking about.
I broke his coccyx. Not a big deal. Well, Stacey, you ready, Stakey?
You're gonna think.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Here we go.
you guys see this?
Is that Albert
Oh my
Einstein?
goodness.
That's Albert Einstein and my grandfather, who were boys.
Get
Come on.
out of here.
Yep, that's my. So everybody's like, "Why do you have a picture of Albert Einstein in your office?" And that right there is my grandfather.
That's amazing. What's the backstory?
The backstory is they started a university together called Brandeis University
Wow.
back in the '60s. So Albert Einstein was Louis Brandeis, who was a justice, and yes, nerdy. And
It's incredible.
so my grandfather, Albert Einstein, Louis Brandeis, and two other guys started a college called Brandeis. And they
Wow.
boys. So we have a bunch of letters. It's like, I got Dino, Dogsy, Porpy, all this. I was
Yeah.
like, that's Abraham with his boy Albie. Abraham and Albie.
Steak, is that your dad's dad or your mom's dad?
That's my dad's dad.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I never knew him, but he was a great guy. And Albert Einstein's got the pipe, right? God knows what's in it.
Why wouldn't he?
And that's Abe, kind of a little fella, but he was a big deal up there. So
That's awesome.
everybody's like, why do you have a picture of Albert Einstein in your office? So
That's incredible.
Really cool.
what else can I show you? So
I wasn't done showing you my stuff. Let me finish.
all right, give us a
All
yeah,
right.
time to see the
So people were
jersey.
asking about the man cave, and I didn't plan this thing. My wife did it as a kind of a gift for me.
So sweet.
Yeah, it's super sweet. So the whole thing is like 6 lockers and a TV. I'll go through it real quick. There's my high school uniform. I was number 3. Brad was number 4.
Yeah,
Oh.
what? Take us through the numbers. Why? How did that happen?
So how did that happen, Brad? We just kind of, you know what? Our quarterback, our junior year was number 2. And we thought it'd be cool to be 3 and 4. And I always liked Bird. So I wanted to be someone with a 3. Brad, why'd you take 4? Because I just told you to?
Brad, don't take that from him. Do not take
No. I don't even remember how 4. It just was like 2, 3, 4 just happened that way.
Brad was 44 in basketball, and I think it just kind of carried over. So anyway, that's that. 25 is the number they gave me in college. And that's literally the first helmet we had at Villanova. It was the ugliest, dumbest looking helmet ever. That's our jersey. We had to put our whole name on the back of it because it was Brad and Brian Finneran. So Brad said Brad Finneran, mine said Brian. And later they realized they could just put a little thing on top, and it was kind of a mess. They both did.
Or
it.
nothing, because the number is the number. You don't really need a
Right.
first
Thank
name.
you. Thanks, Brad. Clearly the smarter twin. The smarter
Okay.
twin.
There's a TV. Oh, there's my bobblehead. Me and Michael Vick, by the way.
Oh, that's
Oh, Brian, I didn't even know there was a thing.
that
I think
is legit. That's
my
legit.
very first bobblehead. Throw me the ball, Mike. I got you, brother. That was that.
Wow.
That's cool.
And then I went to Barcelona and played with the Dragons. I never stole my jersey from the Seahawks or the Eagles, which I regret at this point. And then Nerney's favorite helmet right there. Let's see.
Oh, that's nice. That
That's
is
it.
nice.
Yeah.
That red helmet is so good.
Shiny,
Yeah.
bro.
And then a couple more helmets here. So that's it. That's the man cave my wife built for me, and
That is awesome.
we just did that.
So this is since you moved back in, right?
I just literally put those jerseys up there today. They were in bags from the cleaning companies. So I took them out of the closet.
That looks good, Brian. Good job.
Thank you.
Brad,
Oh.
do you ever get sick of hearing about Brian? Like Brian Finneran, NFL, blah, blah, blah.
that's fine. Yes. Now you mention it. No. He's
Right.
far away. I don't hear it that much, so I like hearing about it now. I don't get it
You
that
guys
much.
ever like the same girl and when you were younger, like junior high?
It's a good story. It's a good question. What do you think, Brad?
Yeah, I think there was a couple times that might have happened. We just had to say pick one.
No, we said
Rock,
2-1.
paper, scissors.
We said we're a package deal. Pick one.
Oh no.
You ever lie about who you were to a girl? Either Brad or Brian? Yeah, I'm Brad.
One time, right? We were in a movie theater. Am I remembering this correctly or no?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yep.
Concussions. It was like 6th grade, maybe.
Yeah.
In a movie with a couple girls, and we both got up and left. And then when we came back, we decided we would switch seats with each other to see if they noticed.
Do you know that if you made out with her and you switched, that you literally go to jail right now? I'm not kidding.
In 6th grade?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
If it was ninth, do you guys doubt it? If it was 9th or 10th grade and the girl and I'm not telling you right or wrong. I'm telling you that, like, I don't know, stuff used to happen at the fraternity house. Sandra knows about Florida State. There's some crazy shit. But
Oh, you mean because they're all felons and went to prison? That little cute story. Oh, and that the Pike house isn't there anymore. Adorable. It's adorable. You know what? It's funny you bring that up, Steak, because do you all know who Phyllis George is, right? Y'all are so young. But Phyllis George they were showing her highlights. Steak, did you see this?
no, I'd love to see
Sunday
it.
morning. And it was like Roger Staubach hugging on her and playfully flirting. And I thought that
Right.
would never fly.
Oh, dude, the stuff.
And it was so innocent, we're so uptight these days. It drives me effing crazy.
Yeah. So Phyllis George, think about the heat she took. Miss America trying to do sports and sat in on that show. And legitimately, that was before there was a game day, and before there was TNT, and before there was any of that. Phyllis George, Brent Musburger, Jimmy the Greek,
Yeah.
and who are we missing? Eric Cross.
Yeah. She was the first. She was absolutely the first. Do you guys remember Gail Gardner, the redhead on ESPN?
Yes, of course, ESPN.
And she was great. I don't know. I just thought, wow.
A couple of questions coming in. By the way, Cannon says they're looking at Brandeis. Give me a call. We'll help you out. What do you think of the Falcons news? They just signed Dion Buchanan. Do you hear that?
What?
Ray Buchanan's back?
Yes.
No, you need depth of linebacker. I guess he's a depth piece. He's not going to be, he's not going to be out there starting for you, but special teams.
Besides your current team, what's the best radio team you've ever been on? I don't know. I've worked about 5 different shows. I worked with Nick and Chris, worked with Mike Bell, Bo Bach, AJ Cannon, all very, very different shows. So this is my favorite show.
Mike Bell is as good as it gets. I love Mike. I loved working with Rude. I mean, it's individuals. This is the most fun I've ever had, for sure.
Yes, no doubt.
Brian, what about you, Brian?
How many radio shows have you worked on, Brian?
Is this your favorite?
How many radio shows do you wish you didn't work on?
No, don't do that. So I worked on my first show ever was a Tuesday show when I was playing with the Falcons. It's a one-off deal every Tuesday at what was it? Pontiac Buick GMC and Hummer of Cobb County or some shit. and it was Max Howell and Perry Laurentino.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was a gem.
Talk about
And
reason. Talk about a reason to drink right there. My God.
I made them drink. That's how bad I was. And then when I tore my knee up for the second time, I called 680 The Fan and David Dickey, and I said, let me jump in and see what happens. And they gave me an opportunity, like an internship. And I worked with Sandra Golden, Perry Laurentino, Christopher Rude,
Leo
Zoni, and did that for about 4 or 5 months.
You had five people on that one show.
It was insane, dude. It was not a good situation, but everybody had their own little quirks and everything else, but it would try to fit in your moments. But it's so hard to do 5 people. It's crazy.
You need a really good point guard. Who's running point? Chris, I guess. Yeah.
And then the next one was Sandra and I and Perry and Rude. And then we morphed off into Sandra and I and Ray Mariner.
Yep.
And then
there was a bowling party. And then the next thing I know.
Don't ever, if somebody in radio asks you to go bowling, do not.
God.
You know what's funny? Even more than the bowling part, I remember which exact intersection I was sitting at when I read that email. I was at the light on Hammond and Roswell Road. I think I just left Burger King, and I looked at my email. I swear, I don't know why, but I somehow remember that.
That's
What did
so funny.
It was crazy.
Did it say one person
for like a holiday bowling party, and that right after our show, Ray got fired, and then they hired some bald guy from Boston,
bombastic, loudmouth, egomaniac?
Like, what the fuck is going on here?
First F-bomb, woohoo!
Did they announce?
Finn, you forgot Atlanta's official NFL pregame show.
Oh, damn it! Brandon Joseph produced that, I believe.
Hey,
I hope.
Did they announce? And Ray Mariner, by the way, happens to be a friend of mine who I was super good friends with, and who's doing great, and probably would tell you the sports was kind of a tough pivot for a great music guy. But he and I were buddies, so I didn't really know what the plan was. Other than, did they announce that he was fired and I was hired in the same email?
Everything.
Same day, same email, same everything.
Yeah.
So with all that said, it was I had heard enough about Steak Shapiro and Cellini and Domino and 790 of the Zone, and I knew enough about those guys to be a little bit leery of what was going on and who was coming into our area. But it's probably the best thing that happened to me as a radio broadcaster, as far as bringing up sports and running a show and energy and everything else. So Steak Shapiro has kept me and Sandra, I would imagine, in business for God almighty 6 years running now. So.
I agree. We will ride your coattails to the middle, to 27 every damn time.
So kudos to you, Stakey. We appreciate what you do.
Yes.
Cheers. Like I said, if you're looking for great information,
don't come here.
Sean Nerney, best engineer in the business, best producer. Amazing. It's do you ever listen, Nerney? You're not a Howard Stern guy, right?
No, I used to watch when they would show him on television like years ago. I would watch some of that.
So his engineer has been with him for 35 years, who's considered the greatest of all time with drops and sound. Now he does voices also, but he's very much like you, dude. He just has a bigger library, more expensive equipment probably. But like Sandra, you listen to Howard a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Fred, who's been with, I mean, it's like the way you listen. Like you're listening.
Like Sean, you seem like you're one step ahead of us. Like you can anticipate what Steak and us are going to talk about, which is a real gift. It really is.
Well, it's an art form. Like that.
It took some time. I'm not going to lie to you, man. When Steak first got here, because he'll be the first to admit, the ADD gets strong at certain points. But yeah, I think that, and that's why earlier I was saying that I got to stay focused from 6 to 9. But at the same time, it makes the time go by faster. And I really think that I do a decent job of seeing, like, I can look at you and see, okay, if he's stretching for me to pull something up or da-da-da. Right. So, yeah, I think I've been able to develop a pretty good rapport over the years.
I would think that the fun of your job is, again, we're playing to an audience of 5 people, which is each other, right? The 2 of us and you and Matt, and you're doing the same. You put the right drop in at the right time, and you're getting the same laughter as a stand-up comedian. I mean, you can affect a show in a huge way.
Well, and I say this to people that ask, if I can make myself laugh, then I feel like I did a good job. So if I play something and I'm laughing on the other side of the board, then, I feel, like we got done what we needed to get done.
Right.
Not to sound selfish.
And it's hard too because everybody has different tastes and different vibes and different ages and different generations. So it's tough to kind of find that mix, but
you cannot underestimate. You can underpay, but that's not. I'm not the boss. But you can't underestimate the power of production in a morning show. It is every bit as important as there's like where a drop lands and where a sound effect lands and where music lands, how the timing is, and like we've got 20, 30, 50 drops that. But some of them you're lucky. You're like you can drop Cheryl Teagues literally at any point in time in any scenario. Next time we got to figure out if you can plug in the board and start playing some of those. There's no way to do that.
Well, the best drops for me, I feel like, are drops that are like happening.
Who the hell's Adam Hamlin?
So if we have like a spotlight or any kind of sound that we're using, I don't know what we played recently all runs together at this point, but any given day, if there's a drop in that one soundbite, then I can repeat.
Right. Yeah, we had that recently. Right. Like you hear something, you're like, oh, we're going to milk the shit out of that thing. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're going to drive that sucker into the ground for sure.
So I invited Adam Hamlin is a big listener. He's called a bunch of times from South Georgia. Now he lives up by Matt Edgar in Ringgold, but a great guy. And he's been at fantasy camp a couple years in a row. So
nice.
I sent him a link, tell him to come on.
I thought it was Hoyt. I figured at some point we were going to get bombed.
So,
hi, Adam Hamlin.
What's up?
Bro, give me you got 60 seconds to
I
give
gotta
me
go to pee.
Scouting.
TMI.
I need the fantasy camp Brian Finneran baseball breakdown. Run, bat, hit, speed. Give me the whole deal.
All right. Well, if his name was Tom Brady, he'd be even better.
Well, we know that. Don't worry.
Finn is sick. Finn is
What's his game? What's his baseball game? Take us through it.
Finn's baseball game is his speed. He's like a gazelle in the outfield.
Right.
But like if you hit anything in the gap, he's going to get there. I think last year, I believe he robbed me,
I did.
Of an extra base hit over his head. I thought I burned him, but he got me. But no, Finn's good. It's cool to see his progression over the last couple of years. You can definitely tell he's been working on his craft, hitting bombs in Atlanta.
Yeah, if by working on it, he means going to the cage the week before it starts. That's right. He has been working on it.
But it's not true, right. Brad. You don't know what the hell I'm doing out here.
Well, it's not. Only thing I'll say that's not fair is he gets lessons from Atlanta Braves legends the week before camp. So he uses his pro card.
How much does that help Finn? Literally getting in a cage with former ball players.
It's unbelievable. They talk about little things you don't even ever think of. Like Pete Smith and I got in the cage. The MVP of this year's camp, his name is Matt Novus, who's 46 or 6 years old, and he was a pitcher and a shortstop and a pretty good hitter. And I think was he on your team this year, Adam, or no?
Heck yeah, champs, baby.
So they won it this year, and Matt Novus was the MVP. And Matt Novus literally religiously goes to Pete Smith to pitch, to hit, to learn, and to do different things. And it just makes all the difference in the world because there's little intricacies of pitching and batting and your stance and your balance. And it's crazy what goes into it.
The science of it.
Oh, it's crazy.
Steak, when are you guys coming down for fantasy camp?
Oh,
that has to happen at some point for sure. Sandra, have you been?
It is the single most fun week of the biggest thing, Brian, like, when people meet Brian and these big celebrity bullshit and Brad, but they're like, oh my God, they're just real. And, Pete Smith and Mike Bilecki and Brad Klontz and Tom Glavine are just as excited to be having beers with y'all because they are just great guys. That's what I think is so cool that everybody, it's kind of the ultimate equalizer. Is that fair?
No.
Yeah. If you ask any of the pros, like Ave, like that's one of the highlight weeks of his year, because it's not even, the ball, it's the relationships you build with guys from last year. You see them again and it's like you never even left.
Right. Well,
Real
you
quick,
asked,
one of the greatest things. I mean, Sean Nerney literally worked on a show with Jay Howe for how long? I mean, a full year. And how great is that guy?
Oh my God, Jay Howe
He is
is
hilarious.
one of the greatest guys I've ever met in my life. Yeah, he would show up and he would. He bought us dinner for an entire season, man. It was, hey Nerney, let's do pizzas, let's do.
Right.
I tell you, quick story about Jay. This is kind of funny to wrap. So he sent me on an air, gave me his credit card, said, I want some Wendy's. Go to Wendy's, buy triples, the triple patty burgers. Buy them for everybody up here, right? I'm like, okay, Jay, I'll go. Go to Wendy's. I'm not kidding. The manager came across the counter to talk to me. Sir, if you order that many cheeseburgers right now, you will shut our restaurant down for the next half an hour. We don't have the grill. I said, what do you want me to do, sir? That's what the man asked. Jay is a great guy.
if you talk to 90% of guys that retire from sports, they will tell you they miss the bus rides, the clubhouse.
Right.
Listen, all guys hate when we have real life. That's because it's real life, responsibilities, wife and kids and jobs and all that.
Yeah.
So I would imagine those ball players, they're going back to real lives once they're done playing. So fantasy camp for them is 5 days to act like a kid again, or act like a ball. You know?
There's no doubt about it. This year I made the big mistake, and when
Brought your wife.
that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. And
Correct.
yes,
Big
that was a big
How do I make an F? That's a fail.
failure.
Failure. What up, Colin?
Yeah, so go on.
I did that 2 years ago. I took Aaron, and I was.
What'd you do this year? What was your mistake this year?
This year,
Not taking me. I got to get out there. I'm on a 2 years after Aaron rotation.
Yeah.
Brad, you have to.
Brad, you're up next year. We'd have so much fun.
What was the mistake?
So this year, my biggest problem was I literally stayed up till about 2 or 3 in the morning every night, because it's that fear of missing out, the FOMO or whatever it is. And I'm there, and it's me and Chris Mellon, or it's me and Eddie Perez, or it's me and Andrew Jones, me and Adam Hanlon hanging out. And nobody wants to go to bed because you don't want to miss anything. And everything's happening right outside of your dorm room. And I'm like, I need to go to bed, but I can't because I don't want to miss anything. And I have to wake up at 4:30 to do a freaking morning show.
Oh my God.
Almost every night, Finn said we would be playing cornhole, and he would say, dude, tell me to go to bed at 12. So at 12, I'd go over to him like, hey, dude, it's 12. He's like, tell me at 1. I'm like, all right. And then at 1:45, Greg McMichael's like, all right, we're out of beer. And Finn's like, all right, I guess I'll go to bed now.
Oh, dude. It was a disaster. And then the only thing that kept me going that whole week, which is the craziest thing, I don't know how I stayed awake for anything.
Vitamins.
inside the cafeteria area where they have in the facility we're staying in, they had this energy water, and it was.
Did it work?
Huh?
It worked?
Oh, dude! Every break I took, I went back and got a huge glass of energy water and just pounded it. I'd be like, my mouth, put my mouth underneath it, and I just, for some reason, I kept going. And then and then at that point, adrenaline keeps you going at night. You got Andrew Jones telling stories, and Jay Howe, and Chris
Marcus Giles.
Marcus Giles is unbelievable. Steve Avery, it's crazy.
There's nothing more painful than working on almost no sleep.
Oh, dude.
I'm over on the radio, and God knows.
And that was my worst. This year was my worst baseball output. I couldn't hit. I couldn't catch. I couldn't do shit. Yeah, it was awful.
Jake looks hungry.
Here's a story real quick. I looked at Andrew. I was like, dude, I'm so bad this year. I'm so bad. He's like, you can't go out every night, dude. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you can't try to play baseball and go out every night and then think your body's going to react the way you want it to. I was like, damn it. Andrew Jones is told me not to go out and party. Son of a bitch.
That's hilarious that he's telling you that.
Yeah, exactly. That was the point.
Pot or the kettle? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You're not young anymore, Finn. You're not young anymore.
So I know
what
we're
happened
wrapping
to,
things up, but I just want to say that
what happened to
so many great comments, you guys. It's tremendous. And I don't know how to respond, but just everybody commenting on how much they enjoy the show, and we should do this more. So thank you so much. This is our first time, and we just appreciate y'all so much. I mean, we have a lot of fun, but it's up to y'all, and thank you for all the comments. And
stuff.
As a listener, I'll say that you guys are awesome. Like every morning I get up and listen, and I probably text Finn more than I need to during the show, commenting on different stuff. But no, y'all are a joy to listen to every morning. So appreciate you guys. And thanks for letting me crash the
Brad, what were you
party.
gonna say, Brad?
No, I was wondering what happened to always be listening because I missed most of the week. And so,
You know what? Since COVID and everything was going on,
Break.
all the interviews and everything, it's got a little nuts, and it's a lot of work for Sean Nerney to kind of put that together.
And we haven't been that great. He couldn't find 60
I don't want to
seconds.
speak.
So,
for
well,
Sean.
no.
Speak
So
for
I'll
Sean.
take you behind the scenes. So once the whole pandemic thing started, we lost all interns. So we have zero help with everything going on, and we are doing a lot more interviews and a lot more sound these days because we have to make up for the lack of sports content that's actually out there to talk about. So until we can open up fully and get the interns back in where they can help take some of the load off of our shoulders, then it will be coming back. I promise you.
Yeah,
Nice.
It was a good segment. I think a lot of people liked it, but he's
Right, no
exactly
doubt.
right.
And
Same-
by the way, you can listen on podcast, Brad, to the entire show every day. So you can wake up and it's almost like we're live. Also, thanks to Corona, who is our
Big
sponsor.
time.
Corona.
Oh, there it is.
And
The beer.
You're right. If you're dumb enough to stop drinking Corona because of Corona, then you just screwed a company that.
I bet it's really on sale everywhere, though.
It's not. It's just normal prices, dude. Just go buy it. Here,
Do you ever pour a Corona in a glass?
If
for
you're
what? It's a bottle, dude.
Pour it in a margarita.
Hey, douchebag! It was
Somebody cut him off.
legit question of, do you ever pour, like, why would you pour it in a glass? I've seen people do it. When do people do it?
yeah.
Aaron's out of town. He's got no leash. He's out of control.
I drink most of my beers out of a glass.
You do?
Because you can drink
He
fast.
drinks so many beers, it's fucking perfect for him to drink.
Now, listen, Brian, did you hear what he said? You can drink it faster. Because here's what Steak does with a beer. You do the vodka shot and then the beer
chase
chaser,
it with a beer.
and then he gets ugly beer face.
Right.
That's your finish.
All right, Bradley,
there it
real
is.
quick before we go, did you say what you were gonna say?
Yeah, I'm good. Appreciate you.
Brad Finneran, if he was shaved, you could see he looks just like Brian. Adam, thanks for coming on. We're back.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank y'all for having me.
We'll buy or sell tomorrow. We'll get you ready.
What's the theme tomorrow? Do you even know yet?
I can't reveal. I just finished writing it a few minutes ago. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Brandon. Bye.
Good job, everybody. Thank you. Who's gonna stay the longest? Who wants to stay online with me? Anybody?
I'm out.
No, stay there with me. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go.
Kind of intimidating.
Sean and I are gonna hang
I'm
out.
hungry. I have to eat. I have to go have supper.
Oh, damn it. Sean's gone. All right.
Bye, sweetie. We'll see
See
you.
ya.
I'll see you in 4 hours.
See ya.
I don't know how to get out. Oh, the last one. Whoop, there